Hey, folks. So, today we're going to talk about the fact that our people, the American people, most of us aren't in this ruling class sort of thing. We just want to be free people. We don't want to be threatened, and we don't want to be harmed. We don't want to see our sons and daughters sent to war, and we certainly don't want to see them shipping off people just because they can label them undesirable to other countries where bad things happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I know nobody likes what I'm saying here, okay? I myself am not a big fan of violence. However, I myself understand that that is human nature when things get to this point. And so, like, as you're being kettled and you're protesting in the streets and you're gathering up wherever you're gathering up, you have to always keep in the back of your mind that our leaders, both Democrat and Republican, as we learn more and more, are covered by immunities that give them the ability to say one thing and do another, to literally violate our Constitution. And we're seeing the results of that on the street level right now in America. So, somebody, somewhere, has to start the ball rolling. And we have to discuss things that aren't easy to discuss. We have to come together as a people to do what our forefathers designed this country to do, and that is to purge out individuals who have immunity so that we can get back to being the American people and live lives that are worthwhile, where we can pursue our happiness and achieve our goals, and not everybody has to go broke, which is the reality. And make no mistake about it, in some form or other, everybody sees this. So keep in the back of your mind as the days progress that these people that have seized power, it's not a vote, it's a big lie. They have no problem. Let me do this accordion thing. They have no problem with doing violence unto you, your family, and even me. And that's scary. But we are what makes this country great. We are the people. And really, honestly, I don't think that there's an American out there that really wants to go through with what we're seeing occur. And you can see that. But you have to understand that the leaders, both sides, Democrat and Republican, with their immunities, and there are many, there's congressional immunity, judicial immunity, presidential immunity, absolute immunity, selective immunity. We have too many people with immunity running around in this nation fucking things up. So what do? Well, history shows us what the proper result should be. And that's when enough of us learn what we need to learn, figure it out, and we literally will have to remove these people one way or another from their posts, from their positions of power. And that will not come about peacefully protesting in the streets. Ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you to go look up what I'm talking about. Look, it's not difficult to find this information. You only need to Google it. They have not hidden it because they are under the assumption that you and I and everybody on the lower levels of things are too stupid to realize the truth. And here's what gets me. When you go from place to place and you listen to people talk, everybody's kind of got the same kind of picture, but we're all afraid to do what must be done. And the first thing to realize is there are no heroes either side of this. It's all a show, ladies and gentlemen. It's the greatest wag the dog. We have been warned about this for years, that things would come to this. And the only reason to warn people is so that they might rise to the occasion. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, when you know what I know and you understand that the leaders that you have are willing to do great violence unto the people if necessary to maintain their power, we as a people have no other recourse but to do what must be done. This is why we have our Constitution and we have our First Amendment, so that we, when faced with situations just like the situation we're in at the moment, as a people, can rise up and do what must be done. I know this is scary times, and nobody knows what's next, but the alternative isn't any more pleasant than the facts that I present here. So consider what I'm saying. These politicians, both sides of the fence, they can be found. They can't hide all the time. And security is only so good as you have enough force to meet the force. And guaranteed, if you look at the numbers, ladies and gentlemen, these guys with all their bodyguards and all their shit, first must be broken financially, so they cannot pay these people to do the jobs that they're doing. That means no protection. And then they must be broken and made an example of, so that future people will not stand up and do this again to our nation or anyone. When I know God is just, I fear for this nation right now, so I'm speaking. If you don't like what I say, I understand. It's not pleasant. But it's time, people, to consider sending a message up the flag. And that's not done by a politician, a senator, a congressman, or somebody running around in a nation that's not to have anyone above its laws, who have been granted any form of immunity. And so the first step, ladies and gentlemen, is don't take my word for it. It is not hidden. Again, just Google it. Just go get out the books if that's where you must go. Well, the problem here is we don't have too many books telling us this stuff. We only have an internet. But the information which I'm sharing is not hidden. Stand up. Do what you must. Disrupt these people in every way. Always keep in mind that they're all too willing in the color of law to do harm to us. And this is not okay.